Right. Yes, youngsters, welcome you all for this delightful togetherness to honestly browse through our most wonderful divine Shastras to gain the necessary required knowledge for us to conduct well in the world outside for our own peace, happiness, progress, prosperity, and also for the world at large along with our inner spiritual opening up, evolution, travel. Great it is to have you every day. May I appreciate by taking this opportunity your seriousness, your sincerity. May it continue till the last lap of journey also we do and reach to the lap or the feet or the heart of the Lord, which is our ultimate goal. Friends, like every day, today also we have six things: common sense thought, Sankalpa, Sahanavavatu, Rigveda Parayana, Bhagavad Gita, and Tulasi Ramayana Adhyayana. Right? One by one, just 10 minutes, we just enjoy. First one is the common sense thought today. In today's common sense thought, four things we will discuss. Among them, the first three are already discussed many times. You may be familiar if you are regular. Fourth one is the new addition. The first one in our today's common sense thought is as we are growing in our life, opening up our faculties, seeing the world, knowing the world, also especially you few who are attending the Gita Adi Shastra Shravana. The first point is how much we are able to understand what can be our goal, world and spiritual. Have we understood it? Point one. Second is, if we have understood it, how clearly we have understood. Spashtata कहते हैं उसको. One is understanding, it can be vague also. Second is the understanding, it is absolutely, doubtless, crystal clear, perfect. Spashta avagahana, you can call it as. Second is that one. Third point is when that lakshya you have understood, spashta rupena, did you accept it as your lakshya? Isn't it? It is more important. Are you convinced that this is my lakshya? It is essential because unless I make it as my goal, why will I walk towards it? And if my lakshya is not Vaishno Devi Mata, why will I go towards that direction? Isn't it? Whether the lakshya goal be worldly or spiritual, are you accepting it as your goal wholeheartedly? In fact, when somebody that way wholeheartedly accept something as his lakshya, even God cannot stop that person from doing the things to reach to that goal. If at all we ourselves are becoming obstacle to our own goal, that means we are not accepting the goal wholeheartedly, convincingly as it is our goal. These three things put together is our first point. So many days we are studying Gita, so much of world we have seen, so many cinemas you saw, people you met, knowing about the great achievers in the world in various fields, seeing all of that. Did it click to your intellect? There should be a goal. And which should be the goal? Spiritual goal तो एक ही है परमात्मा प्राप्ति. There is no second. In the world, your goal. But have you understood spashta rupena the glory of that goal? That when you really achieve it, it's really expected as beautiful as expected or enjoyable. Third is after the spashtata, have you accepted it as your goal? First point, right? Equally important is the second one. Once this goal is accepted as mine, Are you now matured enough, clear enough to know the means to achieve that goal? And practices means sadhanas we call in spiritual goal. Are you understanding those means? Have you understood? Again, here also, second one. How much clearly, without ambiguity, spashtarupena, you have understood that this is the goal for that. This is the means for that goal. No violence, no shortcuts, no confusion. Like I have to get the chartered accountancy. Is it? If that's my goal, spashta hai kya? Did you accept it? Accept. Then what are the means? है ना? The before becoming CA one means, after becoming is another. Before becoming, all those subjects, those thorough mastery of them, doing well in the exams, these are all the means. After becoming, then throughout your life, that particular profession, dignified way, carefully, consciously, you have to do both to justify that position as well as earn your own livelihood, name, and fame. So the means must be known. Again, Spashtarupena, the means must be known. What is the aspashtata in the means? Ki, okay, I'll be casual. I'll not go for coaching classes, nor I'll procure the books. I'll not study. But still, I want that goal. It won't come. So you are not clear about your means. Many of us are not clear about the means. Therefore, we don't work hard in our means to reach to the goal. Third one is what? Those means which are understood in a spashta rupena. Have we understood or accepted them to be our means or our sadhanas? That I have to do them. And I have, that have is important. I have to do them. That spashta acceptance of the means. Very, very essential. And being practical when it has to be. Second point, उसमें भी तीन चीजें हो गए. The sadhana, spashtata of the sadhana, and I accepted that this is my sadhana. Then the third one, it also has got same way three things. What is it? You might have known the goal, you might have understood and accepted the means, but very important, before putting the actual efforts, have you prepared yourself? Have you become qualified for it? Have you become worthy for it or not? Because without being qualified, prepared, and worthy, how much your spashta rupena you accept those goals or means, you will not work on it. Plenty of preparations of every of our faculties we have to master. Every of the required resources we have to procure. Very beautiful planning we have to do, along with knowing tentatively what can be obstacles, how to conquer them. No, these are all our preparedness. Like if I have to go to Kedarnath or Badrinath, so I go by car, let us say. So the goal is known, means are accepted, goal is accepted. Now preparations, isn't it? If you really want to go by car, the perfection of the car, every tire of it, tubes of it, then the extra stepney, clutches, brakes, all. अगर बद्रीनाथ तो ऐसा होता है वो you have to climb and also come down. So tough it is, not an easy thing. इतने ऐसे the very sharp turnings. I don't know how I traveled to Badri with two-wheeler, huh? Going and coming both. I drove. It is if I imagine that how I did, डर लगता है याद रख. So you have to prepare your water bottles, your warm clothing, your eatables required, medical kit, first aid, and then the stopping points in between where do you have to stop. Don't you have to plan well or not? You have to know, prepare yourself. More importantly, you have to be healthy physically, mentally strong, intellectually convinced. इतने प्रिपरेशन है तो देन यू कैन ट्रैवल किलोमीटर बाय किलोमीटर 100 by 100 kilometers, then you will reach to Bhagwan's darshan. In the same way, never neglect this third aspect of all sorts of preparedness or preparations. These three things are very essential. Whichever the goal you have, therefore, Don't have any negative goal, have positive only. Even though terrorists, Naxalites, they also have clear goal. They have clear means. They accept it. They plan well. That's how many a time they overpower our own Indian military or army, that they are able to do various attacks, ambushings, whatever. But that action is wrong. Means are right, but actions are wrong. How can you, when the purposes are wrong, should not do those purposes. Three things I spoke to you. Now, these are familiar to us, known to us, discussed many a time. Today we'll add the fourth one. What the fourth one is? You know, any travel has to be lighter with minimum required things. After reaching the foothill of Kedarnath, you can't go up just like that with the car. You have to walk down. Now you have one or two friends of you just झूमते हुए enjoy करके जा रहे हैं, and you are struggling. Why? Because that fellow has a half water bottle. That's it. One sweatshirt just tied to his waist. Coat, a handmade danda hai. That's it. Lighter. He is lighter. Therefore, dan is walking, and you are heavy. You have 5 water bottles, 20 biscuit packets, so many of the clothings. The heaviness of that baggage will not allow you to walk first of all. Forget about enjoying the walk and enjoying the entire prakriti around. Therefore, a wise person is he who, even though knows goal means and preparation, also knows that one has to be very light in his travel anytime. So, you youngsters and I also, we all have to understand one thing is, to reach to our goal, to travel in the path with preparation, planning, and performance, we have to make our lives lighter. Now, if you look into our own lives, we are heavily loaded, not physically. I'm not talking physical. Physically, somebody may be very heavy, 100 kilos, 120. वो तो बेवकूफ़ी है. We are heavily loaded in our minds with so many unwanted things. Heavy loaded. With that much of the load, we are not able to remember the goal, get inspired from the goal, and work on it. All our energies are going away in these unwanted loads. Write down what are their loads, heavinesses. Okay? Some loads straight away they are unwanted, you can remove them. क्यों 4 बोतल पानी, वो तो रास्ते में मिलता ही है बार बार पानी, तो 1 बोतल काफी, 3 निकल गए. Food items, why you carry everywhere, it's available, why are you carrying it? छोड़ दो. Isn't it like that? Straight away unwanted, those loads you remove. Okay. Second is, some loads are such we have to carry only, like medicine, etc. So you accept it. Then that is no more a load. A compulsory. Third, some loads are those which you can share it with others. Like गधे की तरह सारा काम मत करो तुम. Pay money and get the works done. Small little works which are load, which are wasting your time. Like you can afford, you take a pony there. तो उसमें बैठ जाओ और सामान लाद दो उसमें. This is the third way of reducing the load. Fourth is praying to the Lord. Oh Lord, so many heavy loads I am carrying in my mind. Please see to it, bless me to give that maturity that I unload myself, all of them, and travel lightly. Right? So, the most important heavy loads you carry are regarding the people of this world. Of what? Non acceptance of them, trying to change them, trying to make them what you call favorable to you. It is such a heavy load, and inability to accept whatever they are providing, and inability for to you of yours not to do what you have to do, not doing what you are supposed to. Therefore, to the people, what you are supposed to do it, that load is over. Accept whatever they give. Second load is over. Never ever try to change or improve the people. They don't want. Isn't it? वो लोड उस अंडरस्टैंडिंग से छोड़ दे. And then you perform well, you do well, you love the world, Some may become favorable to you, some may love or do not love you. Don't value that at all. Imagine your बॉस को इम्प्रेस करना है, कोलीग्स को इम्प्रेस करना है, द फ्रेंड्स को इम्प्रेस करना है. You don't need to impress. You just do what you have to do. If they're intelligent, they will like your work. Be honest in your work. But that heavy load, how many as a youngster you have loads other than the necessary loads? The necessary loads, heavinesses are you have to make your life, you have to make your career, you have to go through all those educational system, you have to go through all those interviews, exams. ये तो unavoidable load है तुमको already. Then why do you add the load of people, the load of jealousy towards them, the load of anger towards them, the load of unwanted attachment to the people? Why do you want to have their company and just waste your time? This is the worst of the loads. Second load is the load of entertainments. Why do you think that you want to entertain that 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours? Why are you wasting your time in those entertainments? एनर्जी जा रहा है, टाइम जा रहा है, दैट्स इट. डोंट जस्टिफाई बट स्वामी जी इससे मुझे मजा आता है. फिर देन तुमको बाद में सजा भी आएगा कि यू विल नॉट रीच योर गोल. है इतना सा एनर्जी, है इतना सा टाइम, एंड यू वेस्ट इट इन दैट एंटरटेनमेंट्स एंजॉयमेंट्स. द पीपल आर वन लोड, entertainments enjoyments are the other load. It's a load only. Just imagine every day you just dropped that nonsense of TV, cell phone. 4 hours per day you have for your career, for your life, for your spirituality. Now you are spending that much time on the name of entertainment. Now you are coming to Gita classes and all. You cannot be the same Gadha like others. You cannot be the same Gadha like you were earlier. You have to be improved Gadha. I love you because I am calling you. Those whom we love, we speak truth to them. So don't feel bad. Why are you wasting your time in that? Load number two. Load number one is people. Load number two is entertainment enjoyments. जरूरत नहीं हो. हाँ, if you cannot avoid once in a blue moon or once a week. When do you have to see a movie? Once in a month, not daily 4 movies. But no, they are available. But how much your mind, time, energy wasted, all those thoughts, emotions of that movie, what use they are for you in your career building, in your life building? इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी के लिए तो सारा पूरा साधना को नाश करने वाले दुष्ट चीजें हैं सारे. लोड टू. थर्ड लोड इज व्हाट unnecessary gathering of information. Load. Now you being youngsters, your career related information you can update yourself. But why so many other informations? They are load only. And especially we call it as news. What is the use of you if Russia, Ukraine are fighting? If Israel is throwing all bombs on Gaza, तुम्हें क्या है? You are not going to gain anything by that except the load in your head. Oh, Swamiji, I want to have information. But that is occupying your दिमाग. जो थोड़ा सा है ही, जो भी तुम सोचते हो भाई करके. How उसमें then you are not remembering your goal, you are not remembering your subject matter, you are not able to develop special skills in that because your intellect is loaded. Now imagine, let us say your age is 25. So from the age of 17, 18, last 6, 7 years, every day you are gathering news that's happening in the world. Is there any of that news helped you so far? Now next 60 years also every day you will listen to the news. कौन किधर मर गया, किधर कौन सा एक्सीडेंट हुआ, अबे तुम्हें क्या लेना देना है? But then you go to listen. But while listening, the time is wasted, energy is wasted. It is in your mind creating emotions and all. Are you a politician? Are you a doctor? Are you a particular professional? That one नहीं हो ना. तो जो तुम अपना काम है वो करो. होते रहते हैं दुनिया में. News gathering, entertainment, people. These three are the unwanted heavy loads. Can you unload yourself of them? Along with the other 4 ways of unloading: prayer to the Lord, passing on to someone, throwing away, and accepting. 7 things I told you. Live life lightly towards your goal. Enjoy the journey. whichever is your profession and your spiritual goal, आराम से मौजा मस्ती में चलना. लोड मत रखो. Underline the word load. Understand it more clearly than what I am saying by spending a time in your inquiry and contemplation. देख लो कौन से भोज मैं सर पे उठा रहा हूं. एंड तुम लोग है ना, दो तीन दोस्तों का ऐसा भोज मन में लगाकर दिन भर घूमते रहते हो, कैरिंग द लोड लाइक ए गधा, डांकी कैरिंग अदर डॉग. भाई जब मिलेंगे तो बात करो, नहीं तो नहीं. यू डू योर वर्क. Ramaji, no, no, no. How can what can I say like that? It's true. That's it. But I cannot be without thinking about that person. Then don't expect any good goals you'll achieve, or some name and fame, or any higher achievements. You'll be only a useless Devadas to remember that I was trying to impress that stupid equal like me. But that person is impressed by somebody, and I am suppressed, compressed, and destroyed and depressed. Yeah. That person impressed by somebody, you are depressed, compressed, and suppressed and pressed. And you think you are intelligent, and you expect others to accept that you are intelligent. यार कितने कोशिश कर रहे हैं to accept you are intelligent. Every time you are proving otherwise only by these type of loads. Low dead. You are very low and you are dead only. So these are the four things. Goal means preparations and being lighter by unloading ourselves. Thank you. Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidyachariyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Krupa Anugrahena Upanishadukta Brahmatmaike Bodhena मोक्ष प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवांगमयोक्त साध्य साधना अनुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनिगुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्ष मार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहिन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां युवानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवत् देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये शांति मंत्रोच्चारणं ऋग्वेद पारायणं श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अष्टादशोऽध्यायस्य अध्ययनं श्रीरामचरितमानस सुंदरकांड अध्ययनं तेषां द्वारा समस्त विवेक वैराग्य भक्ति ज्ञानादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम विश्व कल्याणार्थम भारतवर्ष पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम सनातन धर्मार्थं च एतेषां सर्वेषां कार्यक्रमाणां वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. संकल्प हो गया. अभी सहना हो तो ओम 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः. ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So three things we have done. Now the fourth one is our Rigveda Parayanam for 10 to 12 minutes. Om Atha Veda Parayanam Rigvedaha Atha Chaturtha Mandalam अथ एकत्रिंशतितम अनुवाकात् आरभ्य. So 31st अनुवाक. ॐ कयानश्चित्र आभुवधूति सदा वृथः सखा कयाशचिष्टया वृता कस्त्वा सत्यो मदानां मंहिष्टो मत्सदन्धसः दृढाचिदारुजेवसो अभीषुणः सखीनामविता जरितॄणां जरितॄणां शतं भवा स्यूतिभिः अभिना ववृत्स्व चक्रं न वृत्तमर्वतः नियुद्विश्चर्षणीनां प्रभताहि क्रतूनामाः पदेव गच्छसि आभक्षि सूर्ये स च संयत्त इन्द्रमन्यवः संचक्राणि दधन्विरे अधत्वे अधसूर्ये हुतस्माहि त्वामाहुरिन्मघवानं शचीपते दातारमविधीधयो हुतस्मा सद्य इत्परिशशमानाय सुन्वते पुरुचिन्मंहसे वसो न हिष्माते शतं च नराधो अवरन्त अमुरः न च्यौत्नानि करिष्यतः अस्मा अवन्तु ते शतमस्मान् सहस्रमूतयः अस्मान् विश्वा अविष्टयः अस्मा इहा वृणीष्व सख्याय स्वस्तये महोराये दिवित्मते अस्मा अविड्ढि विश्वहेन्द्र राया परीणस अस्मान् विश्वाभिरूतिभिः अस्मभ्यं ता अपावृधि प्रजा अस्ते भगोमतः नवाभिरिन्द्रोतिभिः अस्माकं धृष्णुया रथोद्युमा इन्द्रानपच्युतः गव्युरश्वैरीयते अस्माकमुत्तमं कृधिश्रवो देवेषु सूर्य वर्षिष्ठं द्यामि भोपरि 30 seconds 24 mantras in that. ॐ आतून इन्द्रवृत्रहन्नस्माकमर्धमागहि महान्महीभिरूतिभिः भ्रुमिश्चिद्घासितु तूतु जिराचित्र चित्रिष्वीणीष्वा चित्रं कृणोश्यूतये दभ्रेभिश्चिच्छशीयांसं हंसिव्राधन्तमोजसा सखिभिर्ये त्वे स च वयमिन्द्रत्वे स च वयं त्वा विनोनुमः अस्मा इदुदव सनश्चित्राभिरद्रिवो नवद्याभिरूतिभिः अनाधृष्टाभिरागहि भूयामोषु त्वावतः सखाय इन्द्र गोमतः युजो वाजाय घृष्वये त्वं ह्येक ईशिष इन्द्रवाजस्य गोमदः स नोऽयं धिमहीमिषौ न त्वावरन्ते अन्यथा यद्धित्ससि स्तुतो मघम् स्तोतृभ्य इन्द्रगिर्वणः अभित्वा गोतमा गिरानूशतप्र धावने इन्द्रवाजाय घृष्वये प्रतेवोचामवीर्याय मन्दसान आरुजः पुरोदासीरभीत्य ताते गृणन्ति वेदसो यानि च कर्दपौंस्या सुतेष्विन्द्रगिर्वणः अवीवृदं तगोतमा इन्द्रत्वे स्तोमवाहसः ऐषुधा वीरवद्यशः यच्चिद्दिशश्वतामसीन्द्रसाधारणस्त्वं तन्त्वा वयं हवामहे अर्वाचीनो वसो भवास्मे सुमत्स्वान्दसः सोमानामिन्द्र सोमपाः अस्माकं त्वामतीनामास्तोम इन्द्र यच्छतु अर्वागावर्तया हरि पुरोडाशञ्च नोघसो जोषयासे गिरश्चनः वतूयुरिव योषणानां सहस्रं व्यथीनां युक्तानामिन्द्रमीमहे शतं सोमस्य कार्यः सहस्राते शता वयं गवामाच्चावयामसि अस्मत्र राधयेतु ते दशते कलशानां हिरण्यानामधीमहि भूरिदा असि वृत्रहन् भूरिदा भूरिदेहि नो माधभ्रं भूर्याभर भूरिगेदिन्द्रदित्ससे भूरिदा ह्यसि श्रुतः पुरुत्राशूरवृत्रहन् आनो भजस्व राधसे प्रते बभ्रूविचक्षणशंसामि घोषणो नपाद् माभ्याङ्गानुशिश्रतः कनीनकेव विद्रधेन मे द्रुपदे अर्भके बभ्रूयामेषु शोभेते हरम् उस्रयाम्ने रमनुस्रयाम्ने बभ्रूयामेष्वसिद्र स्वस्रिधा ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Two we have chanted. Shall we do one more? Chalo. 33. ऋभुभ्यो धूतमिव वाचमिष्य उपस्थिरे श्वैतरीं धेनुमीडे एवातजौतस्तरणिभिर्रेवैः परिद्यां सद्यो अवसो बभूवुः यदा रमक्रन् नृभवः पितृभ्यां परिविष्टिवेषणा दंसनाभिः आदिदेवानामुपसख्यमायन्धीरास पुष्टिमवहन्मनायै पुनर्ये चक्रुः पितरा युवानासनायूपेव जरणाशयान ते वाजो विभा रुविरिन्द्रवन्तो मधुप्सरसोऽसो नोवन्तो यज्ञं यत्संवत्सं वृषभो गामरक्षन् यत्संवत्सं वृषभो मा अपिंशन् यत्संवत्समपरन् भासो अस्यास्ताभि शमीभिरमृतत्वमाशुः ज्येष्ठ आह चमसाद्वाकरेति कनीयान्त्रेन् कृणवामेत्याह कनिष्ठ आह चतुरस्करेति त्वष्ट ऋभवस्तत्पन यद्वचो वः सत्यमूचुर्नर एवाहि चक्रुरनु स्वधामृभवो जग्मुरेतां विभ्राजमानाश्चमसा अहेवावेन त्वष्टा चतुरो दधृष्वान् द्वादशद्यून्यदगोह्यस्यादिते रणन्नृभवः ससन्तः सुक्षेत्राकृण्वनन्नयन्त कृण्वन्ननयन्त सिन्धून् धन्वातिष्ठन्नोषधीर्निम्नमापः रतञ्जे चक्रुः सुहृतं नरेष्टां ये धेनुं विश्वजुवं विश्वरूपं ता तक्षन् वृषभो स्ववस स्वपस सुहस्ताः आपो ह्येषामजुषन्त देवा अविक्रत्वा मनसा दीध्यानाः वाचो देवानामभवत् सुकर्मेन्द्रस्य रुभुक्षा वरुणस्य विभा ये हरिमेधयोक्ता वदन्त इन्द्राय चक्रुः सुयुजाये अश्वा ते रायस्पोषं द्रविणान्यस्मे दत्तरुभवः क्षेमयन्तो न मित्रम् इदाह्नः पीतिमुतवो मदन्धुर्नृते श्रान्तस्य सख्याय देवाः ते नूनमस्मेरुपवो वसोनि तृतीये अस्मिन् सवने दधात् ॐ शान्तिः 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 33 we have done. Yes, Bhagavad Gita, friends, we have given good time to thoroughly understand the Sattvika Buddhi, Rajasika Buddhi, Tamasika Buddhi. So far, if you look into the last 17th and to this 18th chapter of Gita. So, Ahara, three types, Yajna, three types, Tapaha, three types, Dana, three types, Tyaga, three types, Jnanam, three types, Karta, three types, Karma, three types, Buddhi. So, nine aspects we have seen. Good, no? Is only now thoroughly we have to understand them, remember them, and drop the Rajasic, Tamasic way of life and start living Shuddha Sattvic way of life. That's it. Is it? Knowledge is given to us. No, it is in our hands to get convinced about it, to start implementing it, and to revel in the results of implementing that glorious knowledge. Then who can stop? Who should stop? Why will anybody stop? It is we only. If you are not committed, if you are not sincere, if you are not clear, if you are not convinced, then we live the old life of Rajotamo and then only will not get the greater evolutions. Clear? So do all of them Sattvic only, all the nine of them. So in that chapter 4, then 5, then 3, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 3, 8, and this one 9. आहार यज्ञ तपः दानः त्यागम ज्ञानम कर्म कर्ता then the buddhi 9 of. Now the 10th one we will see now. What is that? Dhruti also is of 3 types. Dhirata, dhairya, fortitude. So holding something is dhruti and we have to hold. One of the biggest problems in our life is we don't hold. Our holds are very, very loose. Therefore, we have to have the dhruti in life. But at the same time, that dhruti also is 3 types. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. In many cases, we all hold the tamasic dhruti and rajasic dhrutiya. So we have that. So instead of the tamasic and rajasic dhruti, we have to develop in us the sattvika dhruti, sattvika fortitude, sattvika firmness. And the fortitude, the firmness, the holding up things should be sattvic, not rajasic, not tamasic. So what is sattvika dhruti? What is rajasika? What is tamasika? That will be told to us from this shlokas number 33 onwards. Before that, what is the rajasic, tamasika, sattvika buddhi we have seen. And in that, we have to be very careful about the tamasic buddhi. What was that? Adharmam dharmamiti manyate tamasa avruta. Then sarvarthan viparitan. He is utterly in tamas, ignorance. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to be told by others. One point. Second, the adharma he takes as dharma. And not only that, everywhere throughout his life, everything he understands and accepts opposite only. Sarvarthan viparitan. That is tamasic buddhi. Okay. What is sarvarthan viparitan? Taking things opposite. As said earlier, he takes dharma as adharma, adharma as dharma. He takes papa as punya, punya as the papa. He takes bandha as the moksha as the bandha. He takes karya as the akarya, he takes akarya as karya, and he takes pravritti as nivritti, he takes nivritti as pravritti. Taking pravritti as nivritti, nivritti as pravritti means that which will have to involve, he refrains from it. And that which should not be done, he does it. So to karya, karya, that which is a duty, he doesn't do it. That which is not a duty, he puts on his own head. And that which is to be afraid of, he is fearless there. That which is to be fearless, he is afraid there. Finally, that which is moksha, it thinks it's bandhanam. So it doesn't go there. And that which is bandhanam, it takes it as moksha and gets bound. Like an animal, birds, they think there is something to eat. When they go there, that snare catches them, a fish. And the bait is put up, it thinks there's something to eat. Oh, kha leta hai, baas pakad mein aa jata. Where all they are animals. They don't have buddhi, tamasa avruta. उनको पता नहीं होता. We also do same thing. That's why we are also caught up in our life every moment because of tamasic jnana. Now the dhruti we will say. Today, Satvika Dhruti we try to understand, right? Slogan number 33, 4 times we chant only this one. आगे वाले नहीं. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीगीता शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम. ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः मोक्षसन्न्यासयोगः. त्रयस्त्रिंशतितमः श्लोकः. श्रीभगवानुवाच. ॐ धृत्या यया धारयते धृत्या यया धारयते धृत्या यया धारयते धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्यः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्यः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. Chant together 2 times. Shri Bhagavanuvach. धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः. योगेन व्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. So, धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेन व्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. Very crucial shloka, important one. So, hey Partha, this Dhruti is called as Satviki. Dhruti also like Buddhi, feminine. So, Sa Buddhi, hey Sa Dhruti, hey Partha Satviki. Oh my dear Arjuna, that's called as Satvika Dhruti. Dhruti means holding. Huh? So, Yaya Dhrutya, that Dhruti by which? Yaya Dhrutya. So, Dhrutya Yaya, that Dhruti by which? Dharayate. One is able to hold, have full grip over, full पकड़ हिंदी में कहते हैं over. किसमें? मनः प्राण इंद्रिय क्रियाः. So the manah kriyas of the thoughts, the prana kriyas of activities, including karmendriyas, then indriya kriyas of the jnanendriyas of perception. So the indriya kriya of the 10 indriyas, the prana kriyas of general activities, and uchvasa nishvasa, then the manakriya of the thoughts. That dhruti by which these three are held. So manah prana indriya kriyaha yaya dhrutya dharayate sa satviki dhruti. Now always when you say dhruti, holding is always holding from it, from going into some wrong channels. Therefore, the only two channels of life in us possible. One channel is living life exactly according to Shastra, which are talking about how to evolve and all. The other way of life is not according to Shastra, but according to our own whims and fancies. So generally, everybody have their life lived at their mana prana indriya level as per their whims and fancies, not referring to the Shastras and knowing whether Shastras agree or accept or not. So, अशास्त्रीय पद्धति या मार्ग में जाने वाले अपने इंद्रिय प्राण मनों को पकड़ के रखना, नहीं जाने देना. 50% of the dhruti. Second 50 is exactly in the शास्त्रीय मार्ग में अपने को देह इंद्रिय प्राण को in that direction rakna. This is called as satvika dhruti. So not doing with our mana prana indriya, which is not sanctioned by the shastra, and definitely doing what is permitted or ordered by the shastra, that hold is called dhruti. Like when you drive a car, there's a dhruti in the driving of car. For whatever reason, the tires and the steerings of the car try to go away from the main road into the service road or bylane. So what do? Till your journey, let's say half an hour to cover some 40-50 kilometers. You have a dhruti there. That the steering and the wheels and the whole car not going in the way they want, but you are holding them to put the whole thing on the road so that you are traveling to reach to your destination. Don't you do that every day? In the same way, that's a very physical level. That also requires a skill of driving, learning all the driving, etc., knowing traffic rules, etc. In the same way, can you control and manage your manakriya, pranakriya, indriya kriya in such a manner that they are approved by the Shastras, not prohibited by the Shastras? If you are doing it, you are the Satvika Dhruti Wala Banda. And how do you do that? Yogena. Yoga means full concentration, full application, full discipline. That's called yoga. And that yoga should be a vyabhicharinya, means not like your full concentration of entire car, that's called yoga. Therefore, you are able to have the dhruti of putting your steering and tires and the car on the road. But even a second, if you are inadvertent, then your concentration is gone. So the concentration is yoga. That concentration not disturbed for even a moment is called avyabhichara yoga. If the concentration is disturbed even for a moment, it is vyabhichara yoga. Immediately, that is enough for the car to go out of track and dash somebody or something. So, avyabhichara yoga means with single pointed, non distracting mind, you should learn the art of putting all your faculties towards the goal given or chosen and refraining them from entering into the non permitted ways and means. है ना, इस रास्ते में नहीं जाना खतरा है, दिस वे इज प्रोहिबिटेड, इट इज डेंजरस, देन डोंट गो दैट वे, होल्ड योरसेल्फ. So the shastra tells you run for artha kama at the cost of dharma moksha is not good, it is destructive. So don't go that direction. Shastra says pursue dharma and moksha. So use your deha indriya prana only to travel in that direction. Then you are having the satvika dhruti. So in your layman's language, entire activities of the body, senses, and mind are fully controlled, and only those actions we are doing which are our positive goal oriented, which are allowed by our shastras. That's the Satvika Dhruti, not allowing them to go in the way they want. So, Yaya Dhrutya Manapranendriya Kriyaha Avyavicharena Yogena Dharayate. That is called as Satviki Dhruti. धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राण इन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेन व्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. So the mind goes on entertaining the thoughts, the negative thoughts, the pessimistic thoughts, the destructive thoughts, the vulgar thoughts. No, are they good? Are they allowed in the Shastra? So holding our mind not to have those thoughts. At the moment of the arrival of the thought, already we become absolutely aware. That's called avyabhichara yoga. Nipping it at the bud level only. And the Shastra and the mind says to have the noble thoughts, the divine thoughts, the universal welfare thoughts, the optimistic positive thoughts. Consciously can you entertain your mind? That's called as Satvika Dhruti. Like a person has cheated me. So he say came in front of me. Immediately in the mind the thought comes, this fellow has cheated me, iska satyanash ho jaye. This is the dushta thought, it is not allowed by Shruti Mata. So can I stop that thought? And Shruti says, Adveshta sarvabhutana. So instead of that negative thought, can I entertain? Never mind, he has done it. I was inadvertent. I should have been careful. Oh, gaya, chalo. Now this person should become good person. This person should also live, survive, and he may develop, grow in life. This is called as manakriya, which is allowed by the Shastra. That only we have entertained. That which is not allowed, we have cut it asunder, removed it. That's called Satvik Dhruti. So the Indriyas, the ears want to listen all the nonsense, vulgar things, which create unnecessary kama, krodha, raga, dvesha. So I'm aware of it. Immediately I just say, shut up, don't listen, oh my ear. Then the ears are there to listen about the divine, listen about the noble, optimistic, positive. So can I consciously with my ears listen it? Then you are doing Satvika Dhruti. The tongue wants all tasty things, but that will spoil your stomach. Therefore, telling the tongue, hey, don't take it, not required. But this is a good food, sattvic food. It is good for tummy. So if you can make your tongue eat which is good for the health, not which spoils, you are having the dhriti. Okay, indriya kriya, you have dharayate, held. So the eye wants to see all nonsense, which again disturbs our mind. Instead of that, look at the divine form of the Lord, look at the vastness of the nature, and know the glory of the Lord, kindness of the Lord. If you can do that, so you are controlling your eyes in a way that you are not allowing them to see that which is destructive, using the eyes only to see good one. That's called as Satvika Dhruthi. So, to the other kriyas, the prana kriyas, indriya kriyas, you want to abuse someone with your mouth or beat someone with the hands. No, it's all required. Just control it. Instead of abusing, you just give him the logical explanation is enough. Instead of beating, if he really has done something wrong, hand over him to the police. They'll beat more. You need not to do. So, yeah, dhrutya mana pranendriya kriyaha dharayate sa dhruti satviki ye parth. But that's achieved by yogena avyabhicharini. Yoga means concentration. Avijaya means non-disturbed concentration, alertness, awareness. So I've developed that knack of being alert and aware all the time, because of which I am aware where my indriyas, mana, prana are going. So I am stopping them from going in wrong direction. I am putting them in right direction. Like in villages, you see, na? Very many places. The people who tame the animals or who grow the animals, the living stock, है ना? The 100 भेड़ बकरी ले जाता है, या 50 गाय और भैंस ले जाता है, और 15-20 डक्स ले जाते हैं, या they take the मुर्गी. You can see them. So they are fully aware of it. And if any of those animals going in the wrong direction of destruction, because कोई खाई है या कहीं है गिर, वो जाके इधर ऐसा करता है, they'll come. He is doing Satvika Dhruti. You can see in the villages, 200 cows he will take for grazing. He is aware of all that. In the Vrindavan, Lord Krishna and Gokulvasi, thousands of cows, and he knows names of all of them. And every day we'll call names of some cows, they come to him. He plays with them, blesses them, and he goes. See the sheep they carry during the winter season, ऊपर से नीचे आते हैं लोग. From the Himalayan height, they come to Saharanpur and all. You go to North Indian roads there. Hundreds and thousands of them. So they observe them. They go out of road track, वो फिर से बुला लेते. In the same way, yoga, concentration, avyabhichara yoga, never missing concentration. With that, dharayate, holding, manakriya, action of mind, pranakriya, action of the prana, indriya kriya, action of the senses, not allowing them to go against the Shastra Bodhana and making them do what is told by the Shastra. This is called as Satvika Dhruti. So controlling our mind, senses and body is Satvik. इतना समझ लो तो भी ठीक है. And what is Rajasic? We'll see tomorrow what is Tamasic. धृत्या यया धारयते मनः प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी. Done. Now let us do our Ramayana. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Janaki Vallabho Vijayate. Shri Ramacharita Panchavasopana Sundarakanda. So we have seen Mandodari trying to tell her husband the things. First she says, give up your Virodha to Rama and listen to the most Hita I am telling you. Keep it in your heart. See that Duta of Rama, by remembering him only, the Garbhavati Rakshasis are having Garbhasrava, abortion. To that Rama, whose Duta is like that, his wife, whom you kidnapped and brought, call your mantris and tell them to send her back to Rama if you really want Bhalai in your life. Then Sita is like the dark winter night, whom you brought. She did not come. She is like the one, the dark winter night, which never allows to blossom the lotuses. So your Kula and the Rakshasas in your Kula are the Vipina, the forest, and the lotuses. She has come like Nisa Shashi, sorry, uh, Sita Nisha. Sita means Sita Kala, Nisha means Rat. She is like that, she will destroy the entire Rakshasa Kula. Therefore, he Nata, Sunahu, Bina Sita Binu Din He, Hita na Tumara Sambhu Ajakine. If you don't give back Sita, Brahma Shiva also cannot help you. And then she says, Sri Rama's arrows are like the serpents, the Rakshasas are like the Mendak, the frogs. Before the serpents come and consume these frogs, what is best? Please do, which I have already told you. जब लगी ग्रसतन तब लगी जतन करहूं तजी टेका. टेका means हट करना, जिद्दी करना. Drop your insistence. And before those arrows attack and finish we the Rakshasas, please do the best of sending back Sita ji. Okay. So lesson for all of us is what? Nothing we should own as ours. Anything we own as ours, we suffer because of it. Everything belongs to Rama, belongs to the Lord. We are only maybe the custodians, maybe the trustees, only to take care of everything. We don't, we, our, the whole body, mind, intellect also belongs to God. What to talk about all the possessions? In this devotional way, when we are there without ownership of anything, then we will not be troubled by anything. मेरा कुछ नहीं, जो कुछ है वो भगवान के सेवा के लिए ही. This attitude, if you don't have, then you are chota Ravan. And if somebody is abducting even the wife of Lord Sita, then the highest, biggest, deadliest, terrible Ravana is. So, बड़ा दुष्ट रावण, हम सब छोटे रावण. Anything we own, we are Ravana. We have nothing ours. Everything belongs to God. When she gave this advice, do you think he will listen? He won't. So, what is Ravana's response? Let us see from this 36th Doha ke baad wale Chopaiya with the 37th Doha. Those Dohas also let us chant. Om Atha Shatrimshatitama Doha Om Ramabana Ahigana Sarisa Nikara Nisachara Bheka Jabalagi Grasatana Tabalagi जतनु करहुत जिटेका श्रवण सुनी सठता करिबानी बिहसा जगत विदित अभिमानी सभय सुभाव नारी कर साचा मंगल महुभय मन अधिकाचा जौ आवई मर कट कटकाई जियई बिचारे निसिचर खाई कंपहि लोक पजा की त्रास तासु नारी सभीत बडिहास अस कहीं भी हसी विधि विपरीत बैठे सभा कबरी असिपाई सिंधु पार से ना सब आई बूझे से सचिव उचित मत कहु ते सब हसे मष्ट करि रहु जिते हु सुरा सुर तव श्रम नाही नरवा नर कहि लेखे माही जिते हु सुरा सुर तव श्रम नाही नरवा नर कहि लेखे माही सचिव बैद गुरतीनि जाओ प्रिय बोलहि भय आस राज धर्म तन तीनि कर होई बेहगीन विनाश सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुनाथ महाराज की जय. Half today we will see, remaining tomorrow. So Ravana's reply to the intelligent, kind words of Mandodari, his own wife. Bachana Suni, listening to her words, Ta Karibani, he spoke to her, Ravana to his wife. Okay. Bachana Suni, Sata Ta Karibani. All the words of Mandodari, this fellow Shata. Shata means the one who's dushta, who is a cruel, who disturbs others, troubles others. Such a Shata, Ravana, having heard Mandodari's words, Bihasa. First he laughed loudly. Why? Jagata Vidita Abhimani. With very much arrogance, he laughed louder, and his arrogance is known to everyone. An arrogant person, somebody's good advice, he neglects and laughs at it. and invites his own destruction. Think about it. How many times we laughed at the advices given by our parents, our teachers, our uncles, our grandparents. And all those times you are Ravana, we are Ravana. Bihasa Jagata Bidita Abhimani. Now he says, Sabhaya Subhau Narikara Sacha. No, the Narika Subhav, the women's Swabhav nature is Sabhaya Bhas Bhaya Sahita. I heard it many times, and it is true only because I am seeing you. नारी कर स्वभाव भय साचा नारी का स्वभाव भय युक्त है ये सच है एंड स्पेशली मंगलमहु भय when there is everything is good auspiciousness and mangalata at that time their bhaya is more conspicuous more expressive why mana ati kacha their minds are as delicate sensitive like a kacha the piece of a glass है ना वेरी पीस ऑफ ग्लास टच कर दिया तो टूट जाता है तो कांच के समान डेलिकेट इज द माइंड ऑफ द विमेन विच इज इन जनरल ऑफ ऑल फियर्स स्पेशली व्हेन द मंगल कार्य कम्स दैट मोर इट इज फियर तो इट्स सी द रावण हाउ इज मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हिज वाइफ तुम लोग डरते रहते हो तुम्हारा जो इतना अच्छा राम राम आएगा तो मैं उनको फिनिश करूंगा सीता विल बी माइन सच ए वंडरफुल मंगल थिंग इट इज एंड यू आर अफ्रेड एट दिस टाइम सभय सुभाव नारिकर साचा मंगलमहु भय मन अति काचा सो नारिकर सुभाव सभय साचा मंगलमहु भय मन अति काचा mind is very delicate now he says you were talking about the vanaras coming rama coming jau avai markata katkatai with whatever the ferociousness and anger the monkeys may come GI bichare nisachara khai. Our all Rakshasas, bichare na, they were not getting or may not be getting good food. When they see the Vanaras coming, बिचारे सारे राक्षस उनको खाएंगे और मजा करेंगे खाने दो बेचारे राक्षस भटक भटक कर they have to find the food now the place where they are staying Lanka way the food itself is walking and coming all the Vanaras they will eat them. सो विजय विचारे निश्चर खाई विचारे निश्चर खाई खाकर जिएंगे लेट देम एंजॉय सो ऑल वानरास एवरीबडी इंक्लूडिंग रामा एंड ऑल आई लीड देम दे विल बी किल्ड एंड ईटन विल फिनिश देम देन ही सेज एन एरोगेंट थॉट कि कंपहि लोकप जाकी त्रासा लोकप मीन्स लोकपाल द डायरेक्शनल गॉड्स लोकपाल इंद्र वरुण कुबेर यम they are called lokapalakas. Okay. Jaki Trasa, Kampai. I, Mr. Ravana, just the thought of mine only, out of fear, makes even Lokapalakas Kampai trembling and shaken and disturbed. Tasunari, Sabhita, and the wife of that me, the Ravana, with fear, बड़ी आशा it is very laughable thing इसलिए मैंने हंसा क्यों मैं हंसा हूं वो मैं रावण मेरी आप पत्नी हो जिस रावण का स्मरण करके ही आउट ऑफ फियर द लोकपालकास गेट फ्राइटेंड एंड हिज वाइफ यू आर गेटिंग फियर सीइंग दैट आई एम लाफिंग है ना कंपहि लोकप जाकी त्रासा थासु नारी सभीत बड़ी हासा असकही like that so many things he speaks Mandodari also says so many only one or two here Tulsidaji added me in Ravana also says so many all of that you can read in Valmiki Ramayana but इसमें essence बता दिया having that way telling Mandodari that women are generally frightened and the Mangalakari they are more frightened and you being my wife whose fear trembles even the Lokapalakas you are afraid it is laughable in that way having laughed asakahi bihasi in that way he said and again laughed tahi uralai he took her into the heart then mamata adikai expressed love for her chale sabha then he left her and went to that sabha of his own Then Mandodari Hridayakara Chinta. Mandodari started having that worry in her heart. Bhayo Kantapara Vidhi Viparita. On my husband now, the Vidhi, the destiny, the Brahma Deva is not Anukula, now is Pratikula or Viparita. इसका किस्मत अभी फूट गया है मेरे पति का. Like that she thought, because she's not listening to this good advice. She is becoming, he is not listening to my good advice, and he is behaving with as a shatru to Rama himself, जिनके हाथ में बचना मुश्किल है. So the vidhata is not anukula, but he is pratikula, viparita. On my husband, she thought. So she prepared herself mentally. When he is not taking the good advice and he has decided to do something wrong, what can anybody do? Okay. So in your own life, just take the advice of good people, elders, and don't do wrong things and do right things. In somebody known to us do wrong, give them an advice not to do and do right. If they don't listen, you cannot manage or master or command the whole world. Relax yourself. Right. Then thereafter, in Sabha, Ravana asks all of them to give advice. How they say, nothing to worry, just relax, sir. Let them come, we'll finish. Then a good sloka that these three people should give a good advice without lalach, without fear. Then only the Rajya, Dharma, and the body they are survived. Otherwise, there will be destruction to these three. A very important, famous, oft quoted Doha is that one. 37. Tomorrow we'll study that. Thank you. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat Sajjana Shanti Mapniyat Shanto Chidavandebhya Muktastan Yan Vimojet Asato Masat Gavedam Soma Jyotirgame Murtyor Mamratangame पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. गीता माता की जय. वेदव्यास भगवान की जय. रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. रामायण महाशास्त्र की जय. वाल्मीकि तुलसीदास भगवान की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. हर नमः पार्वती पते. हर हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण राम राम. अम्बे अम्बे श्री आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवा उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक मुमुक्ष मुक्तगण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृति की जय. अध्यात्म जीवन विधान की जय. समस्त युवा मंडल की जय. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. सी यू टुमारो.